Triple B's Tees offer custom shirts and logo designs for all your apparel and merchandise needs, offering a variety of shirts, hats, hoodies, tumblers, and koozies. Triple B's will work with you one-on-one to personalize and perfect your logo. With over 5 years in the business, 20 years in the sport, they live for Demolition Derby.
Chunk and his crew can bring your imagination to realization with zero limitations. So for all your badass tees, choose Triple B's.
Since Justin has been on board with us at Hard Nose, we have figured out how much Broadhead Decals means to the sport of Demolition Derby. His great quality parts are seen from coast to coast and everywhere in between.
But he can do more than just Derby products. Your everyday business may need some pep in its step with new banners or stickers. And just give him an idea and let him run with it. Whether it's business related or just want to look badass in the winner circle, let Broadhead Decals work for you.
We do. Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast.
Some asshole sitting next to me is getting ready to go on vacation.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So when this drops, you will actually be in Biloxi, Mississippi with the fam family.
Yep.
Hanging out on the beaches.
Yes.
Like I said, I hope you get stung by a jellyfish and Mo's got to pee on your foot and all that good shit. That's what I'm hoping. We got somebody in studio with us.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Austin Johnson. What's happening, man?
Good evening. Oh, not a whole lot.
Working your balls off?
Yeah. Something like that. Temperature change has been nice.
Oh, my. Let's just... we covered some Bowling Green stuff. We were both... Steven was there on Friday night for the heats at Bowling Green. I was there on Saturday. You and Mr. Brock Hill pulled the win out.
Yes, sir.
You... that was something that was kind of sprung on you, wasn't it? This wasn't a big, long, drawn-out process of just, hey, run it.
No, this wasn't planned. Brock and Tyler were actually planning there to run together. The Friday before, 2 Fridays before, he kind of hinted at it. And I said, I thought I was just screwing around. No, we're not going to go do it. Well, then the following Wednesday, he was serious about it. And I'm like, you serious? Just so happened, Junior Cardwell had a hobo car for sale. Had that Lincoln. I ended up working out a deal with Junior on it and picked it up on the Friday before Bowling Green. Thursday before, started on Friday. Had Augusta Derby that Saturday, so that took all Saturday up. And then started on Brock's car Sunday. Both up between Sunday and Thursday.
Yuck.
Man, there was a lot of cars there that were built like that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot.
I mean, I'm not shitting you.
Well, I mean, I guess when they do say a 2 to 3 day build, it is true. You can't do it in 2 to 3 days.
If you want to kill yourself a little bit.
Well, and if you've got some guys that know what they're doing and are ready to set in and work on a car, you can. Those cars you can.
You can. And the biggest thing is having a setup ready. So I didn't have any engines ready. Luckily, Tony Miller let me borrow his. So, I mean, all the accessories are on it. That's huge. The 2 engines I had are fresh long blocks, just sitting there, nothing on them, to get all that ready. Tony had an engine ain't ran for 2 years. Sitting there, put a fresh transmission behind it, fired up, did not touch a thing on it.
And that was the curveball because Steven actually, after Friday, we talked Saturday before I left to come down there, and the first thing he said was, Austin's got something a little different than what he's used to running. You know, we always used to being in a 5-speed. And I said, has he got an automatic? He's like, yeah.
The show did not allow manual transmissions.
That's what I was telling him.
Yes.
It was any automatic transmission manuals were not allowed. Pork Chop, Colton Clinton, he had some bad trouble with his car the night before. Well, he borrowed one to bring over there. Had a 5-speed in it.
Yeah.
Actually had to vote him in.
Mm-hmm.
Never did I think that it would be that serious to not allow a manual transmission.
Well, and I know where they were going with it and what they were trying to do with it, but the wording of any automatic transmission blew the 5-speed thing out of the fucking water.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had to put a junkyard turbo 350 in there.
Well, but there was thick cases there.
What? What's a thick case?
Yeah, it's scary.
It's those scary transmissions.
But I'm telling you, and I told Derek the same thing. I expected to see some LS motors
buried in.
Yeah, I really did, and there wasn't any.
One.
Was there an LS motor?
One.
Yeah, but it was in front of the 5-speed.
Oh, in front of the 5-speed pork chop. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Jaden Heavener setup.
Yeah, because I did. As soon as I showed up, whenever I talked to Chad, he come down there. He's like, "Well, what do you think?" I was like, "Well, where's all the LSs that are buried in firewall?" He's like, "There's not one here." I was like, "Oh, well, I figured whenever you took the manual transmission deal out of here, that was going to be par for the course."
Yeah, no, the rules kind of sprung upon me. I wasn't sure what to expect, honestly. Definitely different with automatic in there. Luckily, the little slush box held in there all night.
Well, that, and we had talked, because we've seen you when it's time to get wound up.
Oh, yeah.
It's grab and go, and I was really paying attention. You never got crazy with it.
Never. No.
You let it settle down before you hit forward. You let it settle down before you hit reverse. Even when the last 5 minutes when it was really getting turned up. Because if anybody watched the show, the last 10 minutes was finally turned up, but the hour and 45 minutes
that's
wasn't so much.
The mud pushed over the side.
Yeah. No. Definitely the longest I've ever ran a show, for sure. Between the mud and just the want to win.
Yeah.
Kept my eye on Brock the whole time. About 40 minutes in, engine started getting warm, but I seen him lay a couple haymakers down for us.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that track claimed a lot of motors.
It did claim a lot of motors.
And, everybody kind of knows how that shit works. Slimy like that, it is what it is.
It's not like they were junk pieces either.
No.
They were good
no.
pieces.
There was
that
good,
just went.
but for that long, you're going to find the weak link.
Yeah.
And, a lot of motors, showed themselves.
Yeah.
I just got fortunate enough to motor never even pushed water or lost a drop of anything.
You looked at me one time, and you pointed to your nose.
Yep.
And you went thumbs up, and I was like, 2 thumbs up. You're premium, dude.
Yeah.
We knew that wasn't your car of choice that you would go.
No, I would have been an old Iron GM.
Yes.
If we'd had time and actually building for there, I would have been.
Well, if you were actually building for there, you would probably started
a little earlier. Oh, yeah.
4 days before.
I'm a person that likes to be done early. Yeah, that was on there. Didn't fire the car up till Thursday for a test drive, and that's not me.
Yeah.
Especially on an engine that hadn't ran for 2 years.
Well, we've talked about this before, and everybody has talked about it. Derbies are one in the shop.
100%.
And if a car won't run when you're putting it on the trailer, it's not going to run any better.
No.
When you get to the show.
It's not.
Oh, no, it'll be better when it warms up.
Yeah.
No, it won't.
And that thing was running great when I loaded it. Bullshit. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, no, this one fired right up, idled, ran awesome. And the thing I probably spent the most time on, which I think is where a lot of people screw up, was adjusting the cable shifter correctly.
Yes.
And setting that. That's probably what I spent the most time on. I think that's why you do see a lot of manual or automatic transmissions burn up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not having all that set right, not having your torque converter set right when I done that, and the spacing on it.
Yep.
I paid attention to the crucial areas. There was some stuff we had to hurry, but anything that was small, to make sure it was going to be there at the end of the night, we double checked.
I don't know how many people I've seen jamming a shifter forward trying to get the park lock out to lock, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yep. Obviously, there's something wrong.
Yes, because those shifters are either the shifter's junk or you don't have it adjusted right because they're made to.
We've had Dalen. Yep. We've had Dalen Brown on here that he'll spend a half a day making sure that adjustment is correct, linkage with
making sure
the
cable's
cable,
not going to move.
Everything.
Yes.
He said because that will take a tranny out faster than
if you're halfway
anything.
Between first and second, that's not good.
That's the problem, yeah.
That is not good.
So I don't like the detents on the shifter.
Right.
So I took that out. So I wanted
to
feel the transmission, yeah. I made sure I could feel the tranny. Like I said, it was Junkyard Turbo 350, but
yeah.
I still don't want to burn it up.
All the way from Milan, Missouri. I don't know where that comes from.
Those 200 R4s just went up in price.
Yeah.
How did you like the build?
I like it.
I'm sorry, the rules.
The rules, decent. They're close to, a normal hobo rule. Few changes as the build went on, though. It started out with stock crossmember to the car, then it was any stock crossmember, then it was 2x2 square tubing if you wanted. So that was a big one. We had already had stock crossmembers in, so we just left them in. Didn't change that. I I know another one was.
They let you cold tilt. Or cold bend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I don't know how to do that, so that was all new learning experience there.
Never cold bent one, huh?
Yeah, that was a whole new experience. I think we got it right though.
Yeah, it looked like it. That was a lucky first time.
A lucky first time.
And then it was stock motor mounts, but then you could have a aftermarket mount as long as you had the rubber bushing in. That does make a difference.
Oh, shitload.
I do. I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'll still run a stock motor mount. So the tranny don't break when I'm running the 5-speed.
Right.
It's because I've ran the stiff mounts and I'll break a 5-speed every time.
There's got to be give somewhere.
You have to in them builds.
Yep.
You're going to break something.
Well, that was, whenever we put my Whiskey City car together, even in the cradle,
Yep.
that was stock motor mounts that the cradle was bolted to.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Well, I mean, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I really plan on giving Tony his engine back in about 5 pieces, but I'm not that fortunate.
I think he was expecting it too.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, his Facebook comment was, I can't believe it's still in one piece.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to Bowling Green to run for fun.
No.
It was to win.
Yeah.
Well, and even if the track had been a little different, it might have been a different story.
It was probably a little faster paced,
Yeah.
but I was still driving to win.
Right. Well, I mean,
But-
I don't know that you would have, I don't know that somebody else might have made you
Oh,
drive harder.
yes, 100%.
With a drier track. If it would have been like it was Friday night, that feature would not have lasted as long as it did.
No, yeah, you're correct there. No way it would have.
No.
Because those heats were ignorant.
Oh, 100%.
I know that we mentioned it whenever we talked about Bowling Green. Out of your heat, everybody expected you and Brock.
That was the original plan.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
No, one team comes up and says, "Hey, we're going to go after Mad Dog, but we're going to go after them." The other team comes and says, "Hey, we're going to go after Mad Dog, but we're going after them." I looked at Brock and I said, "We ain't doing shit." and Brock said, "The hell we are. I'm still going for Mad Dog." I said, "Well, you do what you want, but I'm going to sit back."
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I said.
Well, as soon as the flag dropped, those two other teams went after each other, and I was like, well, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And they were hitting the wall just as hard as they were hitting each other.
Oh, yeah, 'cause I really expected Dustin Kelsey so's me one. Yeah. He owes one from Peoria, I'm sure. But, yeah. No. So
Dude from Peoria, there's a lot of dudes that know you some shit.
Yeah.
I really thought that
Dale Colbert had flashbacks when I showed up at Troy.
I really thought that Kelsey was they were going to pull him for the Mad Dog.
So that was pretty screwy on that red flag. Honestly, I thought they were going to pull both teams. So me and Brock were going to the Concy.
Right.
I mean, there for a second, I'm like, oh, that's about to be fun. Or take all three of us.
Right.
I wasn't
really
sure
gonna
what was
suck.
going on.
Yeah, because, I mean, I would say the red flag hit is what pushed Kelsey out of the Mad Dog deal. But it was facing the other direction. I don't know. You know,
And only 4 flagmen. It's hard. I mean, when you're in the zone.
that's exactly what I said to him. I was like, man, there's only 4 flag guys up here. I was like,
It's hard.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we went to the dirt with 8.
Yeah, we try to do 6 to 8 every show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Well,
And
the
a minute-
more eyes you've got, the better calls you
Well,
can
that's the
make.
problem. You got a track that's 300 foot long,
Yeah.
and you're only going to put one guy on each side. I mean, that's putting a dude at the 50-yard line, expecting him to watch shit at the 20 on each end. That's pretty rough.
yeah, he missed a couple holding calls, but that's all good.
But it was a good show to watch.
For the conditions, I think it had to be. And if that builds out, I mean, anytime $10,000 on the line, it's going to change a guy's driving style probably
100%.
on that. Yeah, like I said, we went there. I was there to win.
Well, I'm not saying that all the cars didn't look decent, but there was 3 or 4 teams that I was looking at and I was like, man.
There were several good teams there. I mean, there was no slouch.
No.
Like,
hell, Blake and Cody,
100%.
yeah. They're,
Oh, and had probably 2 of the harder cars there
yeah.
on that. And honestly, that team from Abilene, Kansas ended up getting second.
Yeah.
At first, I would have told you I'd like draw them guys. I didn't know them. Mm-hmm. But after beating on him all night, no, I'm good.
Yeah. And their cars looked right, too. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, but just, I want to be on somebody I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I have more fun doing.
Yeah, well, that was like whenever the first heat was drawn, and,
Friends.
I was like, son of a bitch.
A couple heats are that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're going to have that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because there was a lot of local guys signed up for that show.
It's not like there was 30 teams.
Right.
You know, that gains those chances
Well,
of
and
not drawing
this is the
anybody.
first time that being a two-man show, and where it was at, like, you knew there was going to be locals. That was all that was going to be there.
Well, we went with the intentions of having 3 other Illinois teams with us, too. And all 3 of them backed out in the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I told Brock on Saturday, we got down there, got through retech or whatever, and standing there. One person came up to us the whole time from any team before the show started, before we ran. I said, Brock, that means one thing. They're all talking to each other. They ain't come over here and talk to us. They all talking to each other.
Oh, shit.
And Rob Hewer said, no, it don't. He goes, it means they're scared. Rob said that it's not that they're all playing together. He goes, they're scared to talk to you.
Yeah.
He goes, they're scared. They don't know what you guys are going to do.
Right. Well, but I understand what he's saying there. But the only way you can figure that out is to come over and feel somebody out.
Yeah, like I said.
And you still might not know a fucking thing after you walk off. But at least you tried.
Yeah, so honestly, we went without the intentions that we figured there was going to be 8 teams on one.
But it wasn't.
No.
It really
It was
wasn't
not
like that at
all-
It
all.
wasn't.
all
It was a
night.
good mix, really.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, it was. Like I said, I wanted to win. I wanted to get a check. Is what I care about. I just wanted them to have to hand me a check.
Yep, and that they did.
Yes.
So let's close up on Bowling Green. You have another venture that you have taken on this year. You are one of the head techs for Bristol.
Yes, sir.
Spoke with you, and I spoke with your counterpart, Mr. Zer, and
Yep.
both of you guys said you wouldn't do it if the other one wouldn't
Correct.
do it as well.
Yeah, I had no intentions of teching on that scale again. With vacation from work and stuff, I didn't want to use it for Derby. I didn't. Had no intentions. Got a phone call from a couple of the drivers. They said, your name's been brought up a lot. Would you consider it? When I said yes, I would. Honestly, it threw them for a loop. They figured I was going to tell them no. And he paused for a second. I won't throw names out. We paused. Do what? He's like, you would consider it? I said, I would consider it. I said, I would. I said, I think the idea of it's great. I said, it's not going to be for everybody. But, I mean, IMCA is not for everybody. UMP is not for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
NASCAR is not for everybody. There's a select group of people that it's for, though. And I do. And we had an interview process, the whole 9 yards for the positions. So then got to assemble the team around us. Wanted them from different geographical areas to spread it out for all different styles and stuff, and we came up with that.
That was really the only fair way to do that. Anyway.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
Yeah.
because, I mean, just using you for an example, like if you're taking a West Coast car, you might miss something that they do out there on a regular basis
Yep.
that you wouldn't even think to look at here.
Or a Texas car.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah. So, I mean, we got a tech from Texas, a tech from California, Canada, Eastern Kentucky, and then did get one more tech out of Illinois to come with us. I think that one, he quiet. A lot of people don't know him, but he's a very, very good fabricator.
Very much so.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been brought up on here a lot.
Has he? You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh, I mean, Scott McAdams is who I'm talking about. Yeah.
we've talked about him several times.
Yep. Scott and Mike are very close. I've known Scott for many years. We both asked him, and surprised he said, yeah. I mean, he'd be honored. So
I think a lot of the guys, even the ones that are signed up, it is the new big thing.
Oh, 100%.
And running from what you're running for is a stupid amount.
Well, in the atmosphere, too. Just, I mean, not
Bristol.
I mean, the atmosphere. I mean, that's big.
First
to a lot
time
of people.
Derby cars are going to be in the last great Coliseum.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's cool. I signed up for it.
The guys that say, hey,
Yeah.
man, I ran Vegas. Hey, I want to, if Vegas ever happens again, I want to go back. I want to do it. This is that, holy shit, we're pulling into the awesomeness.
Yeah. I mean, if you say Bristol, Tennessee, everybody knows.
Yes.
They know it's there.
Yes.
Yeah, because there ain't a fucking thing else
There's
there
not.
except the racetrack.
Yeah, there's barely enough hotels.
You guys, looking at the rules, you guys are only doing the pros and the pro lights.
We're only doing the Pro and the Pro Lite, correct.
Your exact words to me is, I haven't even looked at the stock rules or anything else, and Mr. Zer's answer was the same as yours. I don't want to look at it because I have nothing to do with it.
Correct. I'm not going to say I won't, if we get done earlier on different tech days, I'm going to go over there and lend a hand, 100%. I might be the clipboard writer for them. I don't care. I'm not too good to do that. But, yeah, I mean, that's a whole different crew. Allows us to concentrate on the 2 classes instead of trying to concentrate on 6 classes.
Yes.
Because we've all been there, and that sucks.
Yeah.
You can be real thorough.
Yes.
Very thorough. And
with 64 cars instead of
and you're going to have to be.
And a whole different rule set than what anybody's really used to. They really are different. And drivers from all over, which I mean, you have that at Blizzard Badge stuff, but really, the geographical scale of drivers here is probably bigger. That's going to be there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to say that.
And I'm going to see a lot more East Coast drivers for the first time.
Yes, very much so.
Because the only thing you've really seen from East Coast is, the Sciopas when they came.
Sciopas, Pete ran Blizzard Bash before I started helping there. Last time I'd really seen him. Other than that, Tom Henderson, he's from New York. Seen him come down. And of course, Dustin Ingram. I mean, he's not really East Coast, Canada, but
correct.
He's working. I mean, he's the director.
Yes.
So,
like I said, I think it's going to be a mix of drivers that people have never seen before. Well, I know it is. I've seen the list. But I've got the list.
Yeah. Speaking,
I have not seen the list.
It's hid.
Cover this.
We had to hide it.
Yeah.
You're starting to see the list.
It's starting to.
We all know that Demo has put out
the
could be
hypothetical
heat draws. Yes.
Yeah, hypothetical heat draws, yeah.
And everybody's been talking about it. I've had messages, what do you think? I'm like, well, it doesn't matter what I think. I mean, I know where I put my money, but
anything can happen.
100%.
I mean, I think you go to Gold Rush last year.
Did you expect RPM Redemption to
everybody
win
would put money on Gage Sumner, Songluski, and them guys. Larson.
Or Toast and Silo?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, but anything can happen.
Yes.
I mean, hats off to Creetlow and Cody and all them guys. Ethan. Yeah.
Well, they earned it.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
shit.
Heads up. I mean, I've wanted Blizzard Bash to be that way for years. I preached that out there to get it to heads up. That's the only fair way to take politics out of it. You're going to find the best team of that weekend.
Yes.
Might not be the best team every weekend, but it's the best team of that weekend.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, when you look at these
hypotheticals,
we were bantering back and forth last night when we got this.
Over the Pro Lite.
The Pro Lite one?
Yeah.
Oh, so Whitaker and Blum and Gilgis and Muse.
Yes.
Versus, Allen,
Heinen
and Braun. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people probably, especially from out here, aren't familiar with the Allens and Heinen and Braun as much. Mm-hmm. Where out east, everybody's seen them guys run.
Well, we got to watch Brady win King of Ohio. I mean,
and Devin run his balls off, and Heinen run his balls off.
Yeah.
And everybody knows the Brons.
Yes.
Yes.
The Braun wagons are probably almost as infinite as a Whitaker wagon.
Yep.
I mean.
And like I said, me and him were going back and forth over it, and I just said I would probably put my money on Whitaker in them. It is what it is. I'm not saying that Brady and them can't do it.
Well, it's what you're comfortable with, too.
Right.
I mean, anytime you see Bob Whitaker.
Yeah, you know what he's going to be.
It's Bob Whitaker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know exactly what he's bringing.
And the guy can wheel a car.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, any of them guys can't. Any guys at that level can. I mean, you might not see it every day. They might not have to.
But, like, Whitaker, you're talking like 30 years worth of wheeling a car.
He ain't that. Yeah,
I know.
But yes.
Yeah,
but
you know
I guarantee more seat time than almost anybody. I mean, the amount of shows he's ran.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yes.
It's like whatever you say that you've worked 30 years and you're only 25 years old. Overtime.
Yes.
I mean, but look at that team. Dusty Gilgis, who has already qualified for the Gold Rush Nationals.
Dusty's highly underrated.
Yes.
And one of the nicest guys you'll meet, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Blum, who won
the
Wheelman Nationals at Gold Rush last year. And then 5X.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
because, like, everybody knows his drive style, what it normally is, but they also know what he can do.
that's the thing, a lot of people don't know a lot of people have that blind card. They don't know that person has it in them.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
he's
a
a
lot of people-
bagger. He's
yeah.
a bagger. He's going to bag it to the end.
Then the next thing you know, he overhauls somebody 250 foot away.
Yeah.
James Kitchell this past weekend at Brown County. I've never seen him hit the skinny pedal like he did. I was down to 5-6 cars. The next thing I know, he laid 2 track shots out, and I was speechless. I mean, I was literally speechless.
I actually seen a comment that said, did somebody have the wrong number on top of the car?
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, them guys can't. I mean,
Yes.
he finally said, I had enough. Mm-hmm. He finally got to that point. I mean, he lost his radiator early. That was about an hour-long feature there, and he'd had enough.
It was go time.
And like I said, win for Nathan was a win for him. So in front of the hometown crowd.
Yeah. The other one, RPM Redemption
Yeah.
versus Team Kansas.
Yep.
When you have Chad Markley and speaking of James Kitchell
James Kitchell.
and a couple Clemenses
Yep.
versus that RPM of Derek Creetlow and
Is it Quast?
and
Myers.
Yep. Mike Maurer.
and
Mike
Maury.
Murray. Yep.
Which Mike was a new addition.
Yeah.
That was just maybe a couple weeks ago because they lost a guy.
Yep.
But a good choice. I mean, because that dude can wheel a car too.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's been a Derby family from way back,
Yeah.
too.
And you hear his name. Like it comes up. You'll see stuff and videos and shit.
Yep.
I mean,
And Brandon Myers, his builds are slick, clean. Guy's very smart. He's had a good summer, too, running.
Yes.
So, I mean, that team's going to be good. It's hard to go against Markley and Kitchell, though.
and then on the other side of it, you're talking about like good clean builds. Then you get on the other side of it, you look at Markley's stuff.
Simple.
Yes.
James
Yes.
Kitchell, simple.
Yes.
Clemens is,
Yeah.
Them guys are simple.
But out there, whenever they were doing the whole, the big three and all that stuff, like they would look at Pete's car and like they'd zoom in on his cage and stuff, and they just kind of skim over Chad's. Like, what is this used up bullshit that's in there?
The same bumper that he has ran for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
The same bumper.
Everybody was looking in the back of his car. There was no floor pans in the back of his car, and everybody's like,
GM don't need them.
everybody's like, what? I'm like, he's not going to use it. He's not going to set anything back there. Like, nobody's going to be setting back there. He's not going to use that at all.
No.
I seen Vic Whaley when he won Mayhem. I don't remember which year it was. The second time he won it though in a GM, and everybody went out and looked at it. The back floorboards were gone. Don't need them. Body mounts were good.
Yeah.
Don't need them. Now if that's a Mopar, on the other hand, you got problems.
You'll be real acquainted with the ground fast.
Yeah.
Some of that Lieutenant Dan
Yep.
rear leg delete kit at
Been there, done that.
Sturgis, Kentucky.
And that thing was clean. That was a 10.
So we've kind of been hinting, on these lists. If you guys start paying attention, you're going to see them. You're going to start seeing some lists. This was a couple, 2 teams from the Pro and then the Pro Lights. I'm going to guess maybe in the next week or two, you're probably going to get the same scenarios that it's going to be brought out to you as well.
Well, and have you watched any of the YouTube stuff? Mm-hmm. That's pretty neat. I mean, like that's something that you don't get to see very often.
Correct. I mean, yeah, that, and then just the different eyes and sponsors that came to the sport from this. I mean, honestly, that's the best thing I've seen from it so far.
Yes.
Is the different eyes that's opened up to see what it actually is.
Well, I've used it as an example before. My dad, like, he doesn't follow Derby
Yep.
whatsoever, but he's an avid NASCAR watcher. And he called me one day. He's like, "Are they having a fucking Derby or something at Bristol?" I was like, "Yeah, they are. How did you know that?"
It's all a commercial.
Yeah, he's seen it on one of the Facebook group deals that they were doing it. And I was like, "Well, y'all are reaching people that you normally wouldn't touch."
Correct. I mean, and then Bill Goldberg in the raffle car at King.
That dude was fun.
That was awesome to see on TV. I mean, I was at home watching it.
He was just cool.
Yeah, yeah. You should have. The TV didn't do any justice of actually looking at him in the car because the way it was set up. There's no way he could have run that car.
He'd have broke his neck.
Yeah, because he didn't have a helmet on and his head was like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Steering wheel was like touching him. It was.
I think they had that car set up for Dustin's
Yeah.
shoulder ass
Yes.
in that seat than Bill.
But that was cool. He and I mean, he was grinning the whole time that he was in. He's like, "I've never been in anything like that," because
Yep.
it was rattling the shit out of him driving out on the track because it was solid. I mean, that was a good built car.
Oh yeah.
It was like I said, that was cool. It was It was neat, and he videoed a bunch of it. And have you looked at any of Goldberg's garage stuff?
Very little.
He's got some
Check
of that
out
footage.
because he's starting to post stuff from
Okay.
King.
Yeah. Main reason you're here, you guys have had a killer Southern Number 9 tour all summer long.
Yes. Ended our first tour with a bang at Brown County.
Yes.
I mean, the action there, I was honestly afraid a couple times to go on the track and check on people. It had me worried. But yes, we had another good year. 6 shows. Then obviously got the one big one left.
You guys started out in Griggsville.
Yep.
Hell of a show.
Hell of a show.
Yep.
I can go to those, but when you start throwing a Tuesday Derby and shit,
Yeah.
I'm kind of out on that.
I know, and the problem is Tuesday Derby has 6,000 people there at Adams
Yes.
County,
Right.
and it's packed.
Yeah.
And that's all they care about. It's still a good show. The atmosphere there for the drivers for our county fair, I mean, it's awesome.
Well, and that's who it's for. I mean,
Yep.
that's what you're putting the show on for.
Yeah. And I'm passionate towards these county fairs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
most of them, that's the one night they make money.
Yeah.
I mean,
We hope.
It is. Oh, yeah, we hope. I mean, it really is. Really, the Derby's probably the cheapest entertainment for them, almost. I know, like, to get the tractor pulls stuff in, you're looking at $25,000. The monster trucks are $25,000, $30,000
Yeah.
to get in any good entertainment.
Concerts. I mean, they're the same money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's why I don't want to see the sport die. That's why we do this. We try to cover local stuff so that the people listening local know what's going on, where they can go, and
Yeah, and that's all we want to do is stay local. The local shows to us that mean something, and keep them growing, hopefully.
And I think a big plus that you guys did, you guys got hooked up with Mr. Mark Elliott
100%.
at ME 527, the Unified Point Series.
which is still cool shit. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I know
That in
something's
itself
been
is
going- yes.
awesome for what he does for the sport. Mark, second to none on that. And just the advertisement he has done for us. I mean, hypes every show up, all that, the drivers. It has...
Well, and you've got guys chasing it.
We got guys chasing it. I mean, yeah. And girls. I mean,
Yes.
Carly McAllister, she's
Yes.
chasing it. Some youth, which is great. I've had phone calls about the September Derby from people, not going to mention it, but Maryland. Coming from Maryland, wanting to come chasing points. Pennsylvania, Ohio. All kinds of guys. Wisconsin. So,
Yeah, I mean,
that's what it's for, was to draw new attention to outside eyes to come here to see what we do. And to give our drivers a chance to win at something bigger.
Well,
We've done a point series every year, but
Right.
I can't give what Mark can on our scale.
No.
Well, and the local guys, and we run into it, like whenever I had Halloween Havoc,
Yep.
we had people from Terre Haute, Indiana, Kansas and stuff. And all the local guys that run our stuff all year, they were like, this is amazing. We're not running against the same
Correct.
guys every night. Like, this
Yeah.
is badass, We've seen a lot more carefree features.
Yep.
Because they didn't have to go out there and beat on the dude that they had just spent 6 hours with fixing their car to come run the show.
100%. I mean, unfortunately, in our street stock class all summer long, we had Brock and Tyler Hill and Sean DeWitt every show. Don't want to beat on each other, but I mean that's what's there with the other. I mean, a few other cars, but I mean they were there every show. I mean, and then you got the fans booing everything else. What they don't realize is that Sean and Tyler are on me and Jerry's Blizzard Bash team together. It isn't that they want to beat.
They don't realize it.
I mean, yeah, they don't want to go out there and beat on. I mean,
Correct.
But you have to do what you have to do.
I mean, we've seen Brock and Tyler get
beat
down
on
to
each-
1 and 2 and beat the brakes off each other.
I mean, they completely junked each other down at Pleasant Hill this summer.
Yeah.
And they were going to Saturday night. I mean, Tyler got out of the car mad that Brock put him up against the wall and got his bumper hung up. I mean, they had full intentions of junking each other Saturday.
I talked to Brock. It was after, I think, the Pleasant Hill show, and he said, I said, I can't believe you guys sent them quite that much. He said, well, we got to the point we were really going to break some expensive shit.
Yep.
So it was time to kind of shut her down.
Yep.
Dude, you have a new class. It is the number 9 class.
Yeah.
You took some rules that Terry really liked.
Yep.
Kind of that build style that he really liked. And you kind of went in between the hobo and the street stock.
Closer to hobo in a lot of aspects, but yes, allowing the good drivetrain, good control arms, good cage, all that, but a lighter build, something that, I mean, Terry was a driver.
Oh, yes.
So that's what we wanted the class designed around.
Yeah.
Well, and I looked over the rules. I mean, they're still within good budget.
That was the goal. I want the average guy to be able to go compete with the guy that has $30,000 in a setup.
Yeah.
I want the driver to prevail. That's what we want.
And because you hear people bitching about that stuff all the time. Well, this has turned into a money game. Well, that class that you all created, if you don't have the money to go buy the aftermarket trailing arms, build them.
Yeah, build them. And the equalizer in that class, what a lot of people don't realize, is the OEM motor mount. No aftermarket mounts at all.
I've been trying to explain this.
OEM motor mount. So we are making you slice the tunnel with an aftermarket case or a tranny brace. You can have it.
Yeah.
But I guarantee if you try to put any sort of pressure on it, it's going to be sitting through your radiator in 2 shots.
Yes.
Because the mounts are going to be deleted.
That's when everybody was bitching toward the tail end of whenever we were putting on shows. They're like, oh, these thick cases. I'm like, I'm making them run stock motor mounts, y'all. Like if they pressure
You can only do so much.
Yes. It'll rip right out of the motor mount, and the motor will be flopping around in there.
So Jerry was very adamant on that, and that's what we're doing for the equalizer. I mean, it has to be. So the guy now with the regular Turbo 400, he can be just fine, and I think you'll see a lot of that. But the guy, if he's got his street stock stuff that has a training brace on it, he can drop it right down in there without having to take anything apart.
Mm-hmm. And it's enough of a build. You can get a little creative with it.
You can get a little creative. You can.
We're not talking overboard,
No.
For 6 hours of cutting like Mr. Derek Court would do if he came down. But
like I said, you still get the good cage. You get 6 repair plates to use however you want, wherever you want. You get just a 6-inch bumper bracket, so we cut that way back.
A good bumper. You can run
good bumper. Replica bumpers.
Yep.
1/2-inch body bolts, can fix body rust, can fix frame rust.
Because nobody wants to go buy a bumper every derby.
No.
I mean, that's insane to me that they're like, no aftermarket bumpers. I'm like, if they want to put a 1/2-inch pointy on a stock cart, let them do it.
I know, and we don't in our hobo class. We do.
Right.
I mean, we give them the choice of a 4x6 piece of tubing. Replica bumpers can be intimidating to somebody starting out. They can. Yes, they do have the opportunity to go buy one. They do. Mm-hmm. And it's really cheaper. They're probably loading a factory bumper. Probably.
Yeah.
But it's still the idea of it. Yeah. I mean, but now that people have them built, they don't want the replica bumpers. Now they spent the time to build a loaded bumper for the class. So, and that's where we've had our good following in, is the hobo.
Because we let the replica bumpers in the stock class, and I had guys going out and buying 1/2-inch pointy bumper replicas, and I'm like, there's no way I'd run that on this car.
Yep. Well, why?
I'm like, because it weighs 600 pounds. Like,
yep.
Why am I a bulldozer? Tried to tell you.
Yep.
But I think what you guys did for that class, you and I had talked earlier in the summer, that is opening up different geographical
areas, a lot of guys that would never consider running anything more than hobo or running that class. They said, "Hey, we feel comfortable with the rules. We feel like we have a chance." I said, "You do. That's what this is designed for."
Yeah, because they get a good rear end.
You do. You know? I said, "You can run whatever you have. Build. I mean, you guys do.
You just can't make the car as hard as what your street stocks are."
Correct. I mean, that's true. I mean, and that street stock, they're hard, but it's still a gamble. Yeah. And a lot of guys can't afford to gamble to break a block.
Right.
I mean, they break a block, they're done for the year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where your budget guys are shying away from that class.
Yeah, because you got to buy the $2,100 case to go compete. You got to or have the training brace.
Yep.
And then for your car to be, you have to lock it in.
Yeah.
If you want to compete, I mean, you have to. I mean, there's no you have to do it if you want to compete.
Yep.
And a lot of your average guy is not going to take that risk. I won't take that risk.
No.
I mean, Jerry, don't let Sean take that risk. I mean. No, yeah.
We always used to get that shit all the time. Well, he's locking it in. Well, you can lock it in too if you want to take that chance.
Try it. I mean, if you want to break your shit, do it.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of times the guys that were bitching about locking them in, bell housings broke
or blocks.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a lot more blocks break, especially with aftermarket cases. I've seen several. I know Brown's experienced it. I know Doyle at work. I mean, he had a couple of them last year. You play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes.
Yeah. With
saying that, I mean, mine at Blizzard Bash is going to be pressured in. Right. But you have to.
Yes. No matter what class you're going to run at Blizzard Bash.
Well, yeah.
I mean, no matter what class you're going to run, you better do it.
We're in the super mod, I think what it is. Super stock, super mod. I mean,
Yes. I knew where you were at with that.
yeah. But I mean, them rules are hard for a super stock build.
Ridiculous.
Not ideal for any of us, but I mean, that's not the reason we're going out there.
Well, we
So-
looked at the rules, or I did, and I was telling him, I was like, man, these look like 13 mod rules.
They are, especially limited welds, more than 13 mod rules now.
Yes.
I mean, it's everything with mod but the spindle. Yeah.
And I think that's why we've seen what we've seen with the list shakeup.
Exactly. But I mean, to go back to the county fair side of it, that build, the drivers don't want to spend that time,
No.
money
Hell no.
for the county fair. I mean, can't.
Even if there's some a few months during the summer where you have a couple different shows in 1 month.
Yep.
I don't truthfully think that you can do that with one show a month to do that level of build and be able to make every show
No. No, I mean, not. You can, but it's not
without
gonna be
killing
fun.
yourself,
Yeah.
or unless you've got 4 cars built over the winter
Correct.
and nobody wants to do that shit.
And nobody wants to spend that money.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, the county fair side of things, and like I said, this is not offensive toward the county fair at all, but there are more of, for fun, to get the crowd into it, they like seeing the cars bent, they like seeing them stood up, and then the next show they see it again and they do it again, and
yep.
you do that with the street stock and you've broke a whole bunch of shit.
A lot.
Well, I mean, seriously, you have. You have fucked everything up.
Broke everything. Just like when Colt took his River City car to Griggsville.
Yes.
He was a little too much for your hobo. But he was less than the street stock. So
Yep.
what'd he do? Sent it.
Yep. Turning the street talk as close as he could, send it.
Sent it.
I mean, yeah.
And the crowd went absolutely batshit crazy when he was doing it.
And with this class that he's introducing, the number 9 class, they'll all be able to do that. Like,
Yes, and they're not going to be intimidated by
Yes.
the other guy.
because my stuff is equal to your stuff. Like, whether yours is bought or mine's built,
Correct.
Like we're on the same playing
And if you
field.
both send it halfway across the track, they're both probably going to be junk.
Yes.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, but that's what like the in quotations, littler guys. That's
Yep.
what they want. That's the playing field they want to be on.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, a kid started running hobo last year for us. He came up to us at Griggsville Springs and said, "Hey, I'm going to run that number 9 class in September." He's like, "I read the rules." He's like, "I feel comfortable." I'm like, and I went over to Jerry. I said, "Jerry, we done the right thing."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because that right there,
That's all we
that's
wanted.
progression.
I
in
said,
the
"We
sport,
done." I
because
said, "We
whenever-
done the right thing."
Because whenever he masters that class or whatever, and he'll feel comfortable going to the next one if he wants to.
Yeah, and go to the big show. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, you've got 2 guys. Well, I'm sorry, I say guys. You've got 2 youth drivers that ran youth.
Then bump
Cars
out.
weren't hurt, and then they turn around and cash a check in the hobo class.
yes, second, third, very good, very talented, both of them.
Yes. So you got very patient youth kids, and that's what we always talk about, that next level coming up.
I love watching that dog fight between them two.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah, it's I think they're battling over who can shit talk the most between the 2 of them until the next show.
Yep.
And then I think all the shit talking's over with, and now we're going to restart it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's fun. They've got a good battle going on there.
Yes, and the youth class most nights is my favorite class to watch and to be a part of.
That is the first class we talk about every time we talk about a show.
Yep.
That that offers the youth class. That's where we start.
And I think the youth class in September is going to be big. I do. The people have talked. We raised the payout so it could be a double points for the Unified Point Series. We raised it to make sure it was that for the kids. Want to try to get all the new youth there we can.
Yeah.
And have all the youth that have been running for us run. I mean, Griffin and Carly both going to be there. I know Derek McCarter, kids ran pretty much all our shows. He's going to be there. That's what they're all looking forward to.
Tyler's girl?
I don't think so. And the reason I say it, sports. Yep. I think.
Softball
Yep.
and
That's
whatnot.
why. Yep. They let her run the summer. but I think no, because of sports.
That one right there, first time stepping in a car, spills off the wind
Yep.
at one of your all shows. I mean, that's
Yeah.
It's awesome to see what they're doing and watching them progress from when they started.
That's my favorite part of it.
Yes, we talk
seeing
about
these
it
kids
all the
grow.
time. Yeah, because you watch them like Griffin whenever he jumped in that metric.
Yep.
One shot, he's like,
Yep. Yeah. well, Griffin's Griffin from his first. I rode with Griffin his very first run at Griggsville, and until now, I mean, he's completely evolved into a great young driver.
yeah.
He listened. He listened well when I rode with him. Gary's been great in the car with him. I know Chad's rode with him, but he listens. I mean, and that's what. If all the kids listened, they're going to be great.
yes.
Well, yeah,
They are.
and we always tell everybody, hey, listen for this name because you're gonna
Yep.
progressively hear that more, and like Griffin and Carly, like both of them, they went to a big show, and put it. I mean,
Yeah, it took first and second.
yeah,
Yeah, and then even Griffin, his driving style up at Whiskey City last year
yes,
was hard.
was insane. The crowd was standing.
Highlight of the night.
Yes, 100%.
100%.
Yes,
Yeah. So the drivers in our area, we're more low key than a lot of places, I think, overall. I really do. But I feel like we have some of the best drivers around.
yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, just go around the pits and stuff at different shows and be like, hey, I think that guy over there is from Illinois,
Yep.
and they're like, how many people's with him? Is there 6 of them here? Because I don't want to draw. I don't want 2 of those in my heat.
Yep.
September 20th will be a Friday. You guys are opening your tech.
Tech early. Yep.
6?
6. Yeah, 5 to 6. I mean, we'll be down there all day. Yep. Want to try to get as many cars through Friday night as possible. I mean, I encourage you to come. They'll be locked down. I stay there all night long. Nothing's going to get messed with. Small hotel right there in town if you need it. I think there's 40-some camper sites available there. But, yeah, come down. I think we're grilling out Friday night. Serve what we can for everybody that comes there. Let's try to get that going. Then Saturday morning, start right back into tech. Cornhole starts at 9. Registration starts at 8. That's $1,000 to win there.
Yes.
The cornhole. Probably, it got to be one of the best paying around, I'm guessing.
Oh, I know
for,
it is.
For that.
I know it is.
With the payout that it goes down.
Yeah.
Hope to see more teams this year for that. We were light there last year. Got the flyer out a little late and stuff. Been a lot more proactive this year on that.
Yeah.
To get that out.
Because that's actually a blind draw.
Blind draw.
You can't bring, I mean, you could bring your partner, but
Yep.
that's not saying you're going to get him
Correct.
or her.
Yeah, just try to make it more equal. I mean, 'cause I think with that payout, they were worried that there would be people coming that stacked, and the average guy that throws on the weekend is out in 2 games and done. Mm-hmm. Where he might draw one of them guys, and there they are at the end.
Yeah. The best could draw the worst.
Yeah, but still compete. I mean, you never know. So I think they've had fun with that every year. Unfortunately, don't really get to see much of it. We'll go over and talk at the beginning and at the end with the winners. But yeah, I mean, hopefully that event is bigger this year on that side of it.
Start at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock shows attentively at 3.
You were very close the last 2 years.
Start time.
Start time.
Oh yeah, we've been close.
I think
Very
the
close.
one was 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And maybe 30 minutes a little late on the other
Yep.
one. But that's what Power Wheels are for.
100%. Oh yeah, I mean we're gonna push power whistles for the kids. I know we rented some jump houses and stuff free of charge. Keep the kids busy all day. I understand. We'll do the drivers meet and greet again in the barns. I know the kids love that. The drivers love that.
As they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
you're the baseball player. Then you're the football player
Yep.
at that point. Like you're the wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're-
So like I said, I think some of the drivers enjoy that more than the kids, which is great. I love that. So we're gonna do that again.
You have hobos, compacts.
Yep.
You have hobo big cars.
Yep.
You have the number 9 class.
Number 9 class. Youth. Full size hobo.
Full size.
Yep. Minivans, mini trucks,
Minivans,
SUVs, and then mowers, super stock mowers, and youth mowers. So, and the mowers are no slouch.
No, they're not.
I've enjoyed watching them. Jock Bryce and them guys have done a hell of a job with that. Mm-hmm. And Pro that. They actually built a raffle mower. Yeah. Unfortunately,
You're buying a ticket.
my name is in there a lot. But for everybody that puts my name in there, Alan Brown's name gets put in there for me.
Well, we got a message the other day.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, "Hey, you guys need to try out mowers." No, sir.
I have no desire. Don't get me wrong. If I get drawn, whatever, I'll go do it and have fun with them. It'll be blast.
Well, that's what
I'd
I
love
told
to see
you.
Alan on it.
That's what I told the kid. I was like, if somebody, like, if we were at a show, somebody had built one and was like, hey, here, drive this. Like, I'd probably do it then.
Yep.
But I'm not going to go out of my way to build one. But Alan Brown on one, I would pay for that.
I think everybody would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AB,
Maybe I'll just build one for him.
AB is possible to be on a mower.
If we do that, though, I want to put him on one that's just got the steering column. Like an old snapper.
Or at least vice grips.
Yeah.
5-horse Briggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's classes. Yeah, the number 9 class paying $10,000 to win. I mean, we went above and beyond there. Mm-hmm. Hobo class is $5,000. Youth full size hobo is $2,500. I know the front wheel drive compact's $2,000. Minivan structure's $1,000. $500 Mad Dog though, Dominator, and the youth front wheel drive hobo minivans. $1,000 Mad Dog in the full size hobo, and then a $2,500 Mad Dog in the number 9 class.
I know for a fact there's people bringing 2 cars.
Oh, for 2 classes.
They want to run the 9. They want to
100%.
build a 9. Then they want to build a hobo.
I know of several that are bringing 2 cars to double down.
You know, we saw that last year with
Yep.
Colt. You know, Colt Doyle.
But that's what that class that you are introducing is allowing.
Yep.
I mean, that because you're not tying your setup up
Yep.
for something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can use that spare setup for your hobo car, and then you can throw your good setup in this number 9,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not going to have 3 months build time in it.
That should still be a quick build. Like, I'm getting ready to start on the raffle car tomorrow. Get everything rounded up, and that's something unique.
Yes, it is.
Which everybody has seen Facebook. What
Yeah.
is going to be the raffle car this year?
1960 Ford wagon. That is 100% clean. Something different. Terry's first car was actually a old Mercury. So, figures fitting.
Figured just get it back and
Yep.
old school it. I'm guessing putting an automatic in it.
It's getting a 5-speed. It's getting a 5-speed still. I bought a brand new 358 for it. Motown head, World Motown heads, Motown intake. Well, that's gonna be no slouch again.
Correct.
I'm doing the 5-speed again. And I'll probably catch some grief on it, but a lot of people happy.
Just as long
It's
as
what I'm
somebody-
comfortable. It's what I'm comfortable with. Yes, I had training problems last year. Shifter broke internally. Unfortunate. Phil actually paid $2,300 for that winning ticket or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I did give Phil all his money back.
Yes.
That wasn't right. Yeah, but it's got the best equipment in it that you can get. It's got a brand new A to Z rear end going in it. Brand new replica bumper on the front. It's gonna be there to win.
And you were selling early bird tickets pretty
Early bird
much
tickets.
most of the summer.
Yep.
The first year you did it, an early bird ticket won.
Yep. Corey McAllister.
Corey.
Yep.
run
He was
it.
an early bird ticket.
And then Mr. David Smith won
Last year took the cash option.
Yep. Because it was the 5-speed. That's what he did personally tell me. He's like, man, if it was an automatic,
Yep.
I'd have been all up in it.
So he took the cash option. We decided to auction off the driver's seat.
Phil told me he was going to do it.
It was between Phil and Alan. Were the two, Phil and Alan were the two bidding on it.
The problem was neither of them were watching each other bid. And I'm sitting there in the middle, and I'm like, y'all are bidding each other up.
But-
Alan Collins was like, what? I was like, Phil's bidding. He's like, shit.
Yeah, and if I'd have known Sean, so Sean didn't get his car done last year, DeWitt, which is Terry's brother-in-law. If I'd known he was there, I would let him run it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Dude, I mean, I know you get so much support from the fair boards and all your drivers all summer long. But knowing what all that other stuff is, kind of, leads up to for, the finale, I'm just ballparking here. Last year, you had roughly $40,000 worth of payout.
Yeah, we got $46,000 this year. They gave me a budget of $40,000, so I might have went over that a little bit. I'll take care of the remainder. Though.
I might have squeezed that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm covering the other 6. So.
But I think we talked about this time last year. Any of the profits go to the Terry Memorial Fund.
It goes right back to that and to the drivers. Well, that's
Yes.
we increase the payouts a little bit what we can. And the rest will go back to that. Everybody that helps me does this for Terry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know how many times you personally told me your guys don't take money.
No.
Like, nope, give that back. But what's really cool this year is you're going to have Mr. Brian Shoemaker and probably, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think most everybody's going to agree with me, probably the most, how do I want to put this?
Proud.
Most prideful man I've ever seen for a sport.
Yep. And for the country.
Mark Elliott.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he is just so proud of what he does and what he gets to do. He in my opinion, he's like no other.
Yep.
And he's going to be rocking up in that stand just all about it.
Yeah. Maybe we can get you up there with him for a while.
Oh,
you
shit.
fit in. Yeah. But Brian, the hype that Brian does all our local shows, just knowing the drivers and the intros that he does, is awesome all year long. The drivers love that. I mean, I think they love that more than running sometimes. Just want to see what he's going to say next about them.
Yes.
You never know what he's going to say. I mean, he takes that stuff serious, writes it down. I mean, it's all planned out. It's good.
Yes.
And then, Mark Elliott with the passion and everything else. Yeah, them two together up there all night long.
Yeah, they'll be rocking.
I think it'll be good.
Speaking of announcers, like that's what cracked me up about watching Buddy Hess grow with that sport. You know,
Buddy's good. I mean, yeah.
Like
from the beginning to that. Phenomenal. Yeah.
How much he loosened up from, when he started.
Correct.
Yeah, it's awesome to see a good announcer do what they do.
An announcer makes the show go so much smoother.
Yes.
Any downtime, the announcer's what saves you.
100%. That's why I made him do all mine.
Yeah, no, Mark, so he messaged me after Pleasant Hill, they're the first one, and said, I now see why you run the way you do. I said, that's over here. That's how we run.
Well, that's the deal. We've talked so much about Pleasant Hill or Unpleasant Hill.
Yep.
It's not just Pleasant Hill anymore.
No.
You get full tilt remedial, don't give two shits, skinny pedal to the floor, whether it's at Minden, Illinois or Griggsville. Every one of your shows, we've seen Jaden Heavner pull out a Mad Dog.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
I hope he don't. Well, I'm glad he's in Colorado, so he ain't going to kick me in the balls.
A lot of people can flip that switch, and we've been fortunate with action. I don't want to tell a driver how to run their race.
Correct.
Yes, will we go out there and talk to them 100%? Do we ever have the intent of breaking someone off? No. It's their race. That's up to the drivers. But us as officials have to make it look good. Have to go talk to them. I'm not saying we won't break somebody off. We will. I mean, but that driver, it's up to them. They're the ones who got the time and the money invested in their car. The other drivers can see what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
I've always said that, and we used to say it in our drivers meeting, I was like, if they're sandbagging and you don't like it, fix it.
Yep.
Because we can't tech these cars, officiate these cars, and drive them.
Yeah. And I hate judgment calls.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a judgment call, and I hate them. Even when it comes to teching, I hate a judgment call. When it comes to flagging, I hate a judgment call. Anytime. I don't judgment calls. I do not like.
Yeah, we used to get that shit. Make them hit each other.
Yeah.
There's only two left. Make them nose out.
Oh yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and the constant yelling, or I say back talk or whatever from the crowd, and a lot of them don't understand what these guys have invested in what they're doing.
Well, no, and like whenever it's down to two and they're really good drivers and you're watching them do what they're doing, that is exciting to me. Like whenever I was standing on the dirt, I love that shit.
I enjoy a good chess match anymore.
Me
Used
too.
to. I used to probably hate it. That wasn't my style. Yeah. But I enjoy a good chess match.
Twist his dick.
But I do. I like watching them. Like you'll see them trying to make the other person make a mistake.
Yep.
And where your normal like fan, that just showed up to watch they don't understand what's going on there.
They want to see the bumper over the hood or the roof. I mean, they just want it.
And sometimes at that point, if you've got the right 2 drivers down at the end, or even 3, and you're watching them do the dance, it's exciting if you're watching what they're actually doing.
100%. Matt Neese one of the best at it.
Yes.
And I'll still put him up in
Paris, whenever he come up here and won Paris, there was not a person in the stands that thought he was going to do that.
No.
Well, he won Paris. He won one class, and he won the other.
Yep.
Yeah, but we know why he won. He was not doing what Matt Neese was doing.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I mean, when it gets on him and chess match, I've always enjoyed that.
Yes. Yeah. And he never loses his cool.
Very rarely.
I mean, you'll see him have 4 people hitting him.
Yep.
And he's just taking it, and he'll back up.
I mean, James Kitchell, Nathan Kunkel, Casey Howland, and Brent Rubel this year at Griggsville got down to them 3.
Dude, that was nasty.
That was a battle. That was an absolute dogfight.
Yes.
It was.
We got to watch a pretty good one up here with Teddy and Trey.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I like that. Like I said, there's a lot of people that want to see it end with a big shot, and I like that too.
Oh, yeah.
But whenever you get to watch 2 guys, and I don't want to see it over I don't want to see 30 minutes of it, but
yes.
That 15 minutes at the end of it, whenever they're really getting after it, and people are like, they're not even hitting, I'm like, they're doing more damage than what you think they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because anybody who's actually a fan of the sport at all, when it gets down to 3, if you think somebody's sandbagging, you're full of shit.
Yep.
Because that's not sandbagging.
No, they're looking for the next step to win.
Yes.
Yeah. And half the time, you'll see one of those guys, I would say 60% of the time, you'll see one of the people out there that's down to that 3, they don't have steering.
Yep.
And you might see them come out on top.
Well, I mean, trust me, down Bowling Green, I was playing everything after I got down. I was watching 5 cars, 4 cars, 3 cars. I was playing every scenario out faster than I could think in my head.
Yeah.
For the next step.
And that's how that works. That's how you win.
Yeah, I mean, I seen Cody die, and then when it refire, and I knew it was kill time on the other one.
Yep.
I knew I had the car to do it then. I didn't have the car to take out Cody and to take out him.
Right.
I knew that.
But you had one.
Yeah.
You could have got one.
I knew I had enough for one.
Yep. Yeah.
But and that whole time, you were one dumb shot away from not
losing,
having it.
We were on 100% stock suspension. I mean, one shot in tie rod, there I am. There I'm hung up on the wall.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I mean, not to bring up old stuff, but at Palmyra, whenever you backed up too far.
Yeah.
5 foot too far.
Yep.
You were that far off the ground.
Yeah. I really thought it was a full track still. I forgot that we had a half track that night. Yeah. So I've ran 3 2-man team shows. I've won 2 of them. So Palmyra's the only one that was a poor showing from both of us.
And your guts.
And my guts, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, because this dude sitting in front of us is the only person I've ever seen completely disappear.
Twice.
Yes.
Shabina also.
The one that that's the one we're talking
okay.
about. I was like, okay, it's right in front of me. Oh, where'd Austin go?
Yeah, blew the sole.
Oh, there he is.
Blew the sole completely off my shoe.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Blew his soul off. I forgot about that part.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, he was there and then he was gone. And I hit the headset and I was like, is he okay? Because he disappeared.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't chip a tooth or nothing. Who knows? That was great.
He just gone.
You were you couldn't see you anymore. Because I was on the south end of the track and I was like,
yeah.
Well, that happens on a bigger job.
I still haven't learned my lesson. I mean, ran Bowling Green and Hey Dudes. And they got it done again.
Shit right in front of me.
Oh, my gosh. That's the worst part.
I didn't get it. He took off trotting.
Somebody has to have it on video.
Yeah, there's
I'm flat on my back right there in the middle of the track after winning. Everybody had to be looking.
I was expecting snow angels or mud angels.
I was too beat. I was tired.
Because I hollered, I said, hey, there's water right there. And you said, I can't hear.
I couldn't hear for 2 days. I'm serious. For 2 days, everything just sounded like I was underwater, muffled. And I think it just had to be, so them were shorter headers I normally run. And in the car for that long, with that decibel, with that open face helmet, and just that sound, it had to be something with that. Because for 2 days, I could not hear.
And the 6 inches of rain that you guys ate most of the time that you were driving.
Yeah, but yeah, so it had me worried.
Yeah, he pointed, I can't hear.
Yeah, I couldn't. It had me scared.
Well, dude, this, without a doubt, September 21st, I think is going to be an unreal show. I already told you we're going to come down on Friday. As soon as we get off work, we'll probably set up in the tech barn, do some live stuff.
You ever had Dallas Dieter's cooking?
I don't think so.
No.
You're in store then.
Hey, I'm going to get badass barbecue 2 weeks in a row,
That stuff's right. Yeah.
I just want to backhand.
I think he's got big, thick ribeyes on the menu for that night, and he's going steaks all out for this one. But I don't know if you've seen our food from Brown County the other day, the ribs and the chicken. Oh, my. Fire every time.
Did you all do that before you got on the dirt?
What?
Did you all eat before you?
Yeah.
So
I'd have been piled up.
Right at the beginning, Tech Dallas brought it out. I mean, had 4 racks of ribs and chicken legs and wings and everything else. He takes good care of us on that.
I'd have been in a fetal position on the dirt.
Yeah, him and Corey both all summer long. I mean, the group message, what's on the lunch menu today? That's what Tony cares about. And yeah.
That's what this fat boys care about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So, no, September 21st, what we're all looking forward to. I did have a good gut feeling last year on the car count and everything, and we were correct with the street stock. I mean, it was down. Now, was the show
Oh, God.
It was still killing.
exceptional?
Yes.
I mean, you would not have guessed that street stock feature paid $7,500 to win with the way they drove. You wouldn't have known that. I mean, Gary come out guns blazing.
No,
I mean, Avery,
that in my mind would have been a $10,000 Mad Dog show.
Yes.
That's really of what.
Yeah, I mean, the hobo class. I mean, it paid $4,000 last year.
And drove like retards.
Oh, I mean, premium old iron GMs junked in 5 minutes.
Yep.
One end track to the other.
And see how I said I like the chess match? I really like that.
Oh, them 2 features. I'm probably a little biased. Were the 2 best features I watched last year
Oh yeah, yeah.
as far as action,
Yeah.
especially that street stock one.
Yes, 100%. I was going to say because it was full tilt, wide open from the flag drop
From the flag drop
until it was over.
till it's over.
Yeah.
Because most of the national level shows, we all know, they start boring as shit.
Yep.
Well, you'll have
Spring X
everybody's
does nothing
feeling
for
out-
30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean
Everybody's
that's
feeling out the track. They're feeling out the track competition. What everybody's going to do. There was 0 of that.
0. And they felt how hard they could hit.
Yeah.
And see the next in front of them.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Colt was actually. I mean, he just sat back for once. Normally he's the aggressor,
Yeah.
but he just stayed out. I mean, yeah. Well, she just had that Mad Dog run in the hobo right before that.
I think he was wore out.
He
Like,
I
that's
think
the
he
only
was
reason.
tired. I mean, he was. He'll tell you. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, that feature was so wild last year that you didn't know where to look
no,
to where you were going to see what you wanted to see because it was all. I mean, it was everywhere.
everywhere. I mean, next thing I know, Tyler Hill's back tires are 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Breaks his back, finishes the Derby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anytime you throw a Brock and Tyler and
Alan Brown, Cody Brown, Gary.
Yes.
I mean,
PJ Colt,
PJ.
Denton,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avery was
Avery.
there.
Yeah.
Skylar Hopkins,
Yes. 17 cars in that class.
Pork Chop,
Yeah.
Tanner.
The action was unreal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I'm hoping we can see that with that 9 class, and I think we're going to.
You're going to see a little more driving. You're going to see a lot more cars, I think. Honestly, I would say right now for the hobos and the front wheel drive hobos, probably to plan on heats. I don't know about the 9 class,
Hear that, boys?
but I would plan on heats on that. And also, we're making a post here probably before this is ever released. Hobo, we're going to give the option to you since allowing pre-rans. If you want to put all 4 plates on fresh, you're welcome to even on a fresh car. To equal out, just because deal with the people coming in and say, "Hey, it's a pre-ran." Is it a pre-ran? Is it not?
Correct.
don't have to
You
worry
back
about
this.
them.
You back this bitch into a tree.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about 2 more plates is it. That's all. I
Yeah.
mean, so 2 versus 4. We're just going to go, Jerry and myself talk. We're going to give them the 4, the option. Just from the start. That way it's less hassle on us.
That's another good idea.
So,
Because I think giving them 2 extra on a fresh car, I think it'll make them. I think they'll drive them harder.
they probably drive harder. Now, and then the 9 class is fresh cars only.
Yes.
And the reason we done that, it's a new rule set. Mm-hmm. There's no reason that you should have, it's no frame seam welding. You come in, a frame seam's welded, it's not slobbering them up, it's blowing plumb through. I mean, you knew better. That's why we didn't want a pre-ran car coming in and saying, well, it was built for a different show, this and that, and working. We wanted it
And I
to
blew
be.
a seam out.
Yep. We wanted it to be a fresh car show, and it's $10,000 to win.
Yeah. Well, you can afford to build a fresh car for that.
Yeah. And I think you're going to see a good mix. I mean, I think you're going to see new soft Fords, you're going to see GMs, you're going to see Cadillacs, old Fords.
I mean, the new styles are competing. I mean,
They are.
They are. They're. You look at all these shows where they're Ford dominant anymore. I mean, they are.
The rules allow it, though.
Yep.
And it's hard to beat a horn on a 9802.
Well, I mean,
Look at Gold Rush.
that's well, not even Gold Rush. Look at where that stock class for Bristol. That is the rules are written for Ford.
Ford. A lot of shows. I mean, unfortunately, I hate Fords.
Right.
Trust me, I hated winning Bowling Green in a Lincoln. I hated every second of it.
You're talking to a person that runs nothing but unibody Mopar.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a Mopar guy at heart still.
yeah.
But most rules don't allow that.
Yeah.
Well, you can't compete.
Can't compete. I mean, you can run it.
Yeah.
But
can go and have fun.
Now, our hobo class, the rules are good for a Mopar.
100%.
Tommy Hill showed it a couple times. I mean, a couple of them guys have.
Yep.
Ronnie Embry.
Yep. Ronnie had a good run.
Get it
That's
down
the
to
best I've ever seen Ronnie drive. I talked to him beforehand and said, Ronnie, just keep your cool out here tonight.
Then I watched the sub start going,
Dropping, but he
and
remained
going.
calm.
Yep.
He drove a phenomenal derby there at Griggsville.
Whale-tailed like a bitch and sub dropping out the
That's what
front.
we're supposed to do.
Yeah, that car's a little rusty at the bottom of the hump.
Well, it showed it
Yeah.
because it was like vertical.
Oh, and then fireworks. Nobody didn't touch on that, but
Me and you had talked.
so yeah, old Dad Jerry take care of fireworks in this year. And he worked on something a little more too. So
Well, we better let Austin get back.
Yeah, he's got a long drive.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Well, dude, we appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you having
coming
me
down.
on.
Like I said, we'll be there on Friday. We'll do some live stuff. We can't do live for the show because of
Derby Nation
Derby
will
Nation.
be there on live.
But
Yep.
we'll be doing some stuff on Friday night and Saturday.
And we'll jump in on the live, like maybe do some on-track interviews.
100%.
After the heat.
I mean, I encourage you guys to go out on track. The drivers here, I want them to get recognized more.
Well, the people are eating it up on Facebook since we've started doing it.
And that's good.
Yeah.
So I used to love when Dylan Oliver started doing his DVDs, the pit walkthroughs from the beginning.
Yes.
And all that. And the carnage back in, I mean, this is 2005.
Yeah.
We're talking about. Love that. Want to get back to more of that.
Yeah.
And that's where we've been pushing really hard since King of Ohio. Like every show that we go to, we try to jump on the track after the heats and talk to the drivers, because I want to. Everybody.
I
wants
didn't
to
at Bowling
know.
Green.
Yeah.
You're right.
But like everybody wants to. They want that raw emotion that comes from the driver after whether they've won
100%.
or lost.
No, yeah, you're gonna get the truest form of that driver right then. At that
100%.
second.
And you can't. Well, you can because you've talked to them. But people can't imagine that don't know it. All of them, even if they're mad, whenever you start talking to them and you're filming them, it goes right back to the respect level.
Yep.
This was awesome competition. It didn't work out for me tonight. You get that from them, but you can tell where they're at with that.
Passion.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I never expected to see Brock and Tyler look like two cage bulls guys got set free down at Bowling Green, running out on the track afterwards. Honestly, that's probably one of my highlights from down there.
Yeah.
Is that and winning there.
Well, that Brady Allen win out there at King of Ohio,
The emotion.
was, that was second to none.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And it wasn't just like, it wasn't one or two people. It was his whole crew, family.
It was like 20
everybody.
dudes.
They swarmed. He didn't have the car shut off yet.
No, he was still sitting in the seat.
Yes.
They wouldn't let him out.
So, I mean, that stuff is amazing. That's why we do what we do.
Yeah,
That's why we
it
love the
is.
sport.
At the end of the night, that's where we're all doing this. I mean, for the fans, for the kids,
Yes.
for the families, for anybody who's supporting us. I mean, that's what it's about.
That seems like a good.
That's right.
Good input.
We'll let this man get out.
Yep.
We will see you next month.
Yep. Yeah, coming up quick.
Next month.
We got a
Man.
car to knock out, and 2 Blizzard Bash cars.
Oh, yuck.
Oh, plus the other team. Yeah, I mean, I'm running 2 classes at Blizzard Bash. Yeah, and get little man in a Power Wheel out there. I think.
There we
There
go.
you go.
There we
Yep.
go. Well, brother, we appreciate you.
Nope. Thank you guys.
Got any last words?
Nope.
Make junk, boys. Fisher built. Fuel tanks are the next generation of fuel tanks on the demolition derby parts market to date. With stainless steel construction, every tank is internally welded, braced, baffled, and pressure tested, with 2 standard size options available.
Fisher built tanks have you covered. From your local county fair shows all the way to your national level events, where you need maximum fuel capacity and structural integrity to get you to the end. If you are in need of a next level design tank or you just need a second fuel tank for your new setup. Give Fisherbuilt a chance to earn your business. You won't be disappointed.